Hi guys, I hope you're all well. Today I'm back with a mental health blog, which I'm really excited to be filming. Today's mental health blog will be on 10 ways on how you can stop being so harsh on yourself. Since I'm one person who gets very, very harsh on myself, I say things to myself that are very, very mean and negative that I would never say to anyone else's face, so why should I say it to myself? So I thought it'd be nice to do a video on ways to not be so harsh on yourself, because I find that you are your worst enemy when it comes to putting nasty comments on yourself. For example, you may say something to yourself like, oh my god, I'm so rubbish at this subject, when no one else thinks that about you, and you wouldn't say that to anyone else. So why be that mean to yourself? So I thought doing a blog like this would be really, really good and would help a lot of people, since I know a lot of people are too harsh on themselves and overthink things all the time. So I thought, why not I do this blog? So I really hope you guys enjoy this, and make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content. So number one, look how far you come. For example, look at, this is just an example, right? But for example, look at that cake you made in when you were 15, for example. Look at it. Then look at the cake in comparison that you made when you were 17, and see how much better that cake that you did when you were 17 compared to how it was when you were 15. Like, that is stepping stones. It shows that you're getting better, you're improving, and you're getting somewhere in life. Well, everyone's getting somewhere in life. I'm just taking it as an example from my life, since when I made my cake for my cake deck exam when I was 15, it was a bit messy in parts. It was a nice cake, but there was things that could have improved. But then I noticed when I made my cake when I was 17, the piping skills were better on it. So just something small like that, it's just baby steps, isn't it? You just gotta see how far you've come since that age and where you are now. And if you look at it that way, you'll realize I have improved so much. I am an incredible person. I am getting somewhere in life, and I am proud of myself. It's important to be proud of yourself. Self-pride is very, very important, which is something else I'm probably going to blog about at some point, since self-pride is something I've really struggled with since I was about 11, so I thought that'd be good as well. But yeah, just look how far you come, and things will just get even better in the future. The more you practice something, the better you get, so you should never give up. And I mean, you can give up if, for example, you feel like that career path isn't going to go anywhere and is a better career for you, then great, do it. But if it's something you're really, really passionate about, don't give it up. Just keep on going. And there will be bumps in the road as you go along. Like at the moment, I'm really struggling with psychology, and it's really, really getting to me. But because I was so passionate about it the last couple of years, and I still read books now, I know that it's still a passion of mine. Just got to keep going and get through this bump, and hopefully things will get better. So just look at how far you come, and appreciate that things will go wrong sometimes as well. Don't compare yourself to others. This is something that a lot of us do. We compare ourselves to someone else. Like, for example, we think, oh my god, so and so has done better in that piece of work than me. They must be better than me. And it's not true, because yeah, they may have done better in that piece of work than you, but they may be another piece of work that they didn't do as well as you, because we all have our strengths and weaknesses. We all have things we're good at and not so good at. Like, for example, when I was in school, I was very good at English, but I really struggled with maths and couldn't get my head around it. So just little things like that. So you've just got to embrace your strengths and just um appreciate your weaknesses as well, because we're not going to be good at everything. No human can do everything. There may be some humans that can do a lot of things and are talented at many things, but there'll always be something that you'll struggle with, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, don't compare yourself to others. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself, and the things that you've done in the past. Like, for example, if you improved in that piece of work, then see that as that you've improved and that you've gotten better, and then you're like, yeah, I've done better in this piece. I'm proud of that. And don't think, oh my god, that so and so person has done better than me this time. I'm not as good anymore, because that's not true. You should only be thinking about yourself and your own progress. Don't let negative people get to you. Surround yourself by positive people. So what I mean is, for example, if someone's always dragging you down and saying, oh, you're not doing very well in your so and so career, you should give it up, or you shouldn't do so and so thing because you're not good enough, or whatever. You shouldn't surround yourself with that negative energy. You've got to surround yourself with positive people who always bring you up in your worst times. Like, for example, if you failed at that test and struggled with it, that supportive person can be like, oh my god, you may have failed in that test, right? And that's such a shame, and I'm so disappointed for you. Not disappointed in you, disappointed for you, because I know you really wanted to do well. But there's always next time, and I know you're going to do better in the next assessment. You've got this in the bag. You can do this. That's the kind of positive energy you need to be around. So make sure you surround yourself with positive people who want to do well in life and want you to do well in life. That's really, really important. If you surround yourself with negative people, it is going to bring you down. It is going to make yourself be more harsh on yourself. While if you surround yourself with positive people, eventually that harshness will go away, and you'll start to embrace yourself more, and you'll just feel a lot more happier in the long term. Stop apologising and putting yourself down for every little mistake. We all make mistakes in life, it's totally natural. As long as the mistakes you make aren't like really major mistakes that are going to affect your life, then it's fine to make mistakes. You're not going to do well in everything all the time. You're going to have knocks. That's what makes you stronger. It makes you more willing to keep on going. So actually making mistakes is a good thing. Because you don't make mistakes in life, you're not learning. So never blame. So only blame yourself for like mistakes. It's like really bad, but it's just like a little minor mistake. Don't blame yourself for it. And you're not responsible for everyone and everything. Like, for example, you don't have to always, like, it's important to check on people, make sure they're okay and all that, but you shouldn't be doing that all the time. You should be taking time for yourself as well to do things for your own mental health. Like, it's important to put yourself first at times, because if you don't, you may just fall through the cracks. Like, for example, I'm struggling a lot at the moment. So my boyfriend's saying to me, you have to start putting yourself first before others at the minute, because if you don't, and you're going to really start suffering, because once you start feeling better though and doing better, then you can put people first. You know what I mean? So just, you have to kind of get the boundary between that, make sure you're being there for people, but also being there for yourself is really, really important. And you're not responsible for everyone's actions and everything that happens in life. It's very, very important to like forget about your past mistakes. Well, don't forget about them, but to like not let them get to you and focus on your future. Because like, for example, some of my assessments haven't been going well so far, but instead of putting myself down a bit, I'm trying to find out why it went wrong and what I can do better in the future to stop myself from I'll still struggle sometimes, but like to get better and to feel more confident in myself. And if I know what's gone wrong, then I can fix that. But if I just get upset over it and don't do anything about it, I'll never learn from it. So it's important to just put things into the past and just focus on the future and think, right, this essay is due for so and so date. This is what I'm focusing on now. It's my focus. I'm gonna follow all that advice. I'm gonna remember all those mistakes I made in the past and try and use it as a good thing, like as a positive thing. Like, for example, if you didn't plan your essay enough before writing it, you can think, right, I'm going to plan my essay before doing it this time. I'm going to do a plan. I'm going to make sure it's all been proofread. I'm going to do all these things that I forgot to do last time. And then that way I'll do better in this essay and I'll be proud of it when I hand it in. Because it's important to be proud of your work before you actually hand it in. So yeah, just focus on the future. Don't constantly look back on your mistakes, because you're going to really put yourself down, because we all make mistakes. Like, there's nothing wrong with it as long as you learn from them and take the advice from what you did was wrong and just build up on it, you know what I mean? And just every time you make that mistake, that'll be like you're learning, you're learning what works best for you, and it's a good thing. So don't let it get to you. Something I like doing is like writing down all my negative thoughts onto paper, and then writing and how I can turn those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Like, for example, if like I really, really struggle in that essay and all I'm doing is beating down saying, oh, I did rubbish in that essay, then the positive thought could be, I spin onto it, can be, oh, I didn't do best in this essay because I didn't plan it out enough before doing it. I didn't ask for help. I didn't take my time, things like that. So it's better to like try and turn those negative thoughts into positive thoughts and try and just throw away those negative thoughts and focus on the positives so that you can actually learn from it and do better next time. Because it's all about self-growth. You know, you're not going to grow and become better as a person and learn from your mistakes if you don't do anything about it. If you just focus on the negatives, you'll never move past it. So you're better to just focus on the positives and think, right, this is a learning curve. I'm going to do these so and so things differently next time. And if you write it down, it really, really helps, because like you can look back on it, and then that way you don't go back to your past mistakes. Finally, you wouldn't let other people be nasty to themselves, so why would you be nasty to yourself? Like, what good does it do that when you say things to yourself like, oh, this piece of work was absolutely terrible, or I did rubbish with that so and so conversation today, they're going to hate me. Like, you wouldn't want anyone else to say that to themselves, so why would you say that to yourself? It's basically bullying yourself. Like, you wouldn't say these hurtful comments to others, because that would mean you're bullying others. So why would you bully yourself? Why would you put yourself down like that? So you got to think to yourself, how could I change these words into them being more positive? Like, for example, constructive criticism is like, I didn't do too well in this so and so thing. Next time I'm going to do this, and it'll make me be better. Like, do better in it. Instead of saying, oh, I did rubbish in it, that's that, because you can't move on and grow from it if you say things like that. So it's really important to be careful of your choice of words when you're talking about yourself. thank you so much, guys, for watching this blog. I know it's a very, very short blog, but I thought I'd just do a few tips of advice on how to stop being so harsh on yourself. And like, I know myself, I got to stop being so harsh on myself too. And I know many of you will be exactly the same, which is why I thought this blog would be a great blog to do this week. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll be back for another blog, hopefully in the next week or two. I'll be off the Easter break soon, so hopefully I can start doing more blogs then. But yeah, bye for now.